Salutations to the founder of Chinmaya Vidyalaya, Swami Chinmayananda. Salutations to the founder of Chinmaya Vidyalaya, Swami Chinmayananda.
Hariom to our revered guests, esteemed panel of judges, respected teachers, and dear participants. It has often been said that it is essential to be focused in life and then work towards it resolutely and sincerely. We have witnessed that in the last 3 days of 24th Inter-School Gita chanting competition conducted through the virtual mode. The enthusiastic participants exhibited their talent by chanting the sacred verses of Chapter 2, Sankhya Yoga of Srimad Bhagavad Gita.
We extend a convivial welcome to Mr. Anil Sachdev, Chairman, Chinmaya Vidyalaya, New Delhi. We are truly blessed to have a great visionary, prolific educationist, management guru, and a towering personality who inspires all with his wealth of wisdom and achievements. Hari Om, sir. We also extend a heartfelt welcome to Ms. Shivani Khurana, Manager, Chinmaya Vidyalaya, New Delhi, who has been our guide and mentor. Her presence inspires all to put in a dedicated selfless service for the welfare of all. Hari Om, ma'am. It is our great pride and honor to welcome our principal, Ms. Archana Soni. Her energy, enthusiasm, and focus on education and learning has guided the school to achieve greater excellence. We welcome you, ma'am. We also welcome our esteemed panel of judges who have spared their valuable time to make this competition a grand success. It is due to their commitment and dedication that this special event has not lost its true essence, even on the virtual mode. We accord a cordial welcome to respected teachers for motivating and guiding the participants to showcase their best. We also welcome our fellow friends whose wholehearted participation has made this event an enriching one.
devotional singing induces in you a desire for experiencing the truth, to glimpse the beauty that is God, and to taste the bliss that is the self. Let us all remember the Bhagwan through the soulful bhajan. That was indeed a beautiful rendition. The world has adapted to the new normal of being online and conducting classes, events, competitions with zest and zeal. This year's Inter-School Gita Chanting competition is a fine example of this. May I request Professor Parmanand Bhardwaj, one of our esteemed judges, to share his experiences and views about online 24th Inter-School Gita Chanting competition.
षष्ठौ या सर्गरूपा जगदवनविधौ पालनीया च रौद्री संहारे चापि यस्या जगदिदमखिलं क्रीडनं या पराख्या पश्यन्ति मध्यमाथो तदनु भगवती वैखरी वर्णरूपा सास्मद्वाचं प्रसन्नः विधिहरिगिरीशः अनादितालङ्करोतु वसुदेव सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानंदम कृष्णं वंदे जगद्गुरु। ओम सर्वेभ्यो नमो नमः। परम आदरणीय पूज्यपादः स्वामीचरणः जन्मया मिशन दिल्ली प्रमुखः चिन्मय विद्यालय प्रबंधन समिति सदस्याः आदरणीय प्रधानाचार्याः समस्त शिक्षक वृंदः निर्णायकाः प्रिय छात्राः अन्तेवासिनः अत्यंत हर्ष का विषय गीता प्रतियोगिता का समापन समारोह पुरस्कार समारोह के इस शुभ अवसर पर मैं कुछ आपके समक्ष शब्द कहता हूँ। ये जो मुझे शुभ अवसर प्रदान किया इसके लिए मैं आभारी हूँ। विद्यालय का प्रबंधन समिति का मान्य अत्यंत सार गर्वित रूप से आपके समक्ष कुछ बातें रखूंगा। गीता का जीवन में क्या महत्व है, गीता क्या है, गीता से अध्ययन करने से आज के परिप्रेक्ष्य में छात्रों को क्या लाभ होगा, गीता जीवन में उतारने से कैसे जीवन सफल हुआ करता है, इन कुछ बिंदुओं पर आपसे 2 मिनट की चर्चा करता हूं। प्रतिभागियों ने बहुत सुंदर तरीके से इस गीता प्रतियोगिता में अपना योगदान प्रदान किया, लेकिन कुछ बातें छात्रों के लिए मैं कहना चाहता हूं, विशेष करके जो प्रतिभागी थे। गीता और भागवत, श्रीमद् भगवत गीता और श्रीमद् भागवत में कुछ बच्चों ने अंतर नहीं किया। वास्तव में बच्चों मित्रों, श्रीमद् भगवत गीता वो है जो भगवान कृष्ण ने महाभारत युद्ध में अर्जुन के विषाद को खत्म करने के लिए गीता का उपदेश दिया, और श्रीमद् भागवत वो है जिसमें भगवान कृष्ण के चरित्रों का वर्णन है, 24 अवतारों की कथाएं। तो 2 पृथक ग्रंथ है। श्रीमद् भागवत अलग ग्रंथ है और श्रीमद् भगवत गीता अलग ग्रंथ है। छात्र इसको अच्छी तरह से समझ लेना चाहिए। गीता क्या है? गीता तो एक ऐसा शास्त्र है जो जीवन में उतारने से जीवन कल्याण हो जाता है। गीता सुगीता कर्तव्या किमन्ये शास्त्र विस्तरे एकम शास्त्रम देवकी पुत्र गीतम। अगर कोई एक शास्त्र है वो है जो भगवान देवकी पुत्र ने कहा, और अगर कोई समस्त देवताओं में एक देवता है वो तो भगवान कृष्ण है। हमें क्या करना चाहिए? उनके कहे हुए बातों का आचरण करना चाहिए, जीवन में उतारना चाहिए। भगवत प्राप्ति के लिए गीता सर्व उपयोगी शास्त्र है। गीता 3 मार्गों से भगवत प्राप्ति का साधन बताती है। पहला है ज्ञान मार्ग, दूसरा है कर्म मार्ग, तीसरा है भक्ति मार्ग। जब ज्ञान की बात करते हैं भगवान गीता में, तो ना ही ज्ञाने न सदृशम पवित्रम य विद्यते। अब जब कर्म की बात कहते हैं तो कर्मण्यवादी कारस्ते मां फलेषु कदाचनः गहना कर्मणो गति। इस तरह से अनेक प्रकार से कर्म की बात करते हैं भगवान। और जब भक्ति की बात कहते हैं तो अत्यंत सरल में कहते हैं कि मेरे में समर्पित होकर के सब कुछ छोड़ दो और मेरी भक्ति करो केवल। इस तरह से भक्ति की बात कहते हुए कहते हैं 12वें अध्याय में, श्रेयो ही ज्ञानम अभ्यासात ध्यानम विशिष्यते ध्यानात् योग फला कर्म त्यागात् शांतिरनंतरम। श्रेयो ही ज्ञानम अभ्यासात ध्यानात् ध्यानम विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्म फला त्यागात् शांतिरनंतरम। इस तरह से ये कैसे हमें शांति प्राप्त हो, हमारा जीवन कैसे अच्छा हो, उसके बारे में ये भक्ति की बात कही भगवान ने। लेकिन इसके साथ साथ हमें समझना चाहिए कि गीता बच्चों के लिए क्या है। ये गीता सुंदर जीवन कैसे आचरण कर सकते हैं हम गीता के द्वारा, और आज के संदर्भ में बच्चों को इसका क्या लाभ है, उसके बारे में आज गीता हमें जीवन में बच्चे के लिए अभी तो सिर्फ प्रतियोगिता है, लेकिन जीवन में आगे उतारने के लिए जब आगे कर्म क्षेत्र में जाएंगे तो खूब अच्छा इस अभ्यास का लाभ वहां प्राप्त होगा बच्चों को। इसलिए ये गीता अध्ययन का काम बहुत सुंदर आयोजन है विद्यालय के द्वारा। प्रतियोगिता का आयोजन बहुत सुंदर तरीके से विद्यालय ने किया। यद्यपि इस कोरोना महामारी के दौरान हम विद्यालय में प्रतिवर्ष की तरह नहीं आ पाए, लेकिन ऑनलाइन माध्यम से हमने जो ये प्रतियोगिता संपन्न करवाई है, ये एक नया अनुभव था, लेकिन बहुत सुंदर आयोजन रहा है और इसके लिए विद्यालय बधाई का पात्र है। कुछ कमियां तो होती रहती है क्योंकि इतना बड़ा आयोजन है। स्कूलों ने इस साल बहुत ज्यादा प्रतिभागियों ने भाग लिया। 52-53 स्कूल इस बार प्रतियोगिता में आए और इतने बड़े आयोजन को सफल बनाने के लिए खूब मेहनत लगी होगी मैं समझता हूं, लेकिन विद्यालयों की तरफ से कुछ कुछ अध्यापकों की कमियां जरूर खली है। उन्होंने छात्रों को जब तैयार किया तो उनका खामियों को कैसे दूर किया जाए, व्याकरण की दृष्टि से काफी अशुद्धियां थी, और उन अशुद्धियों को अगली बारी और बढ़िया तरीके से करें। और वाक्य आयोजन तो बहुत सुंदर रहा, प्रतिभागियों ने भी बहुत अच्छा बोला है, और जिनको पुरस्कार मिला वो बधाई के पात्र है, और जिनको पुरस्कार नहीं मिला उनको भगवान केवल मात्र गीता श्लोक उच्चारण करने का फल उनको भी प्राप्त होगा। ऐसा मेरा प्रतिभागियों को बहुत बहुत आशीर्वाद है। सुंदर एक विषाद है, विषाद योग से लेकर के कैसे हमें नष्टो मोह स्मृति लब्धा, ये कैसे प्राप्त हो, हमारा मोह कैसे खत्म हो, हम स्मृति को कैसे प्राप्त करें, गीता वो उपदेश प्रदान करता है। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, नमस्कार सभी को, प्राचार्य को, मैनेजमेंट कमेटी को और अन्य समस्त अध्यापकों को, आप सबको भी, छात्रों को बहुत बधाई और नमस्कार, धन्यवाद, शुभ आशीर्वाद।
Thank you, sir, for your valuable inputs. We now request Ms. Vandana Gera to welcome the chairman, Chinmaya Vidyalaya, New Delhi.
Hari Om. Today we have amongst us our respected chairman, Mr. Anil Sachdev. He is the founder and CEO of Grow Talent Company Limited and the founder of SOIL, the School of Inspired Leadership. His experience in India and across the world covers areas such as talent management, strategic change, and organizational transformation. Mr. Sachdev began his career with Tata Motors in 1975 after completing his MBA from the University of Pune and joined Eicher in 1978. He is the founder of Eicher Consultancy Services and was its CEO till 2001. He is a member of the Academic Committee and faculty member of CDEP, the leading leadership institute of Europe. Sir is a member of the World Compassion Council based in Seattle and a trustee of the Chinmaya Mission. He serves on the global board of Shizenkan University in Tokyo. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We behold what we are, and we are what we behold, says the Bhagavad Gita. That is why it is very important to behold the correct teachings for leading an enriched and fulfilled life. Lessons of the Bhagavad Gita take us forward on the path of wisdom, courage, and clarity. And learning agility is one of the most important requirements for leading a life based on these virtues. Today, we have the great erudite, our chairman, Mr. Anil Sachdev, to preside over the webinar and to enlighten us on the 7 dimensions of learning agility with his words of wisdom having roots in the Bhagavad Gita.
Thank you. Samastajana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Satguru Brahma Vidvaram. I was only 5 years old when I met Gurudev, and our whole life got transformed. You see, my father was an officer in the Indian Army, and he was fond of going to the club every day, playing cards, having a few drinks. But that day when he went to his friend's house to take him to the club, his friend's wife said, today he will not come with you because he's gone to listen to a Swamiji. So my father said, what is wrong with my friend? Why is he listening to the spiritual teachers? So his friend's wife said, okay, if you think he's doing something wrong, why don't you go and pull him out of the talk? So my father went to Modern School ground in Barakhamba Road where Swami Chinmayananda was giving a talk. His purpose was to remove his friend and take him to the club. But he met Gurudev and his entire life got changed in just one day. You see, he stopped eating meat, stopped smoking, stopped drinking alcohol. All in one day, everything was over. And may I request the organizers to kindly stop the music which is going on at the background, because that is coming in the way of this webinar. So kindly stop the music. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. So for some reason the music is still going on, so my request is to kindly just stop that. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so Gurudev came into our life when I was a small little child, and the whole life got transformed. And today what I'm presenting to you all these years later is my understanding of what I have listened to Swami Chinmayananda Gurudev right from my young age. And at the time of the pandemic, when people all over the world were asked, what is going to be most important for us to now learn how to live a new life, because this crisis that has come to us, which the Lord has sent to us, the Lord has also sent along with this crisis an opportunity for us to learn, to change the way we have been living our life, and to ask fundamental questions, which is where I think the relevance of the Bhagavad Gita is 100 times more today than it was earlier. You see, globally, people are meeting and saying, if there is one aspect which we need to focus on today, is the speed with which we are going to learn, and which is being called learning agility. And Gurudev was somebody who inspired us at every stage of his life, with every breath, how to take responsibility for our own life. The first part of learning agility is just the curiosity, the childlike curiosity to say, is that so? Because as we get older and we are no longer 5 and 6 and we become 8 and 9, and then the world begins to shape our thinking, and our teachers begin to tell us how we should think, and our parents begin to tell us how we should think, then sometimes we do not understand what is being told. We merely memorize information and knowledge, but do not ask questions as to what is the purpose of this learning. If I'm hearing a story, what am I learning from the story? If I'm learning a subject, what am I learning? If I'm observing my teacher, what am I learning? So the most important thing is curiosity to learn. And I think in chapter 7 of the Bhagavad Gita, in verse 16, it is explained. Krishna explains, Lord Krishna says, best amongst the Bharatas, there are 4 kinds of pious men who render devotional service unto me. The usual are the distressed people in pain, so they remember me. Then there are other people who are going to the temple and praying because they want money, they want wealth. But then there are third people, they are not in pain. They do not have any selfish agenda to make money, but they are asking fundamental questions. What is the purpose of life? Why am I born? Why have I come to this world? This is what the Lord says. These are the inquisitive people. And by asking this search, when they start on this quest, just like the film on Gurudev's life is called On a Quest, the moment these questions are born in our heart, then no matter what we are studying, whether we are studying science or we are studying philosophy or we are studying engineering as we get older, or we are studying arts or humanities, the question is, what am I discovering about myself? What have I come to this world for? What is my unique purpose in life? And what is my own talent? What am I really good at? Some of us are good in music, some are good in dance, some are good in sketching, some are good in talking to people, some are good in designing. So the very purpose of education is to understand who we are. And it begins with curiosity. And that leads to the second point. The moment you have the curiosity to learn more about the very purpose of life, then self-awareness begins to come. And you say, the Lord has sent me for some specific work. This is when I seem to do this work, I am at my happiest, best. I seem to source inspiration. I seem to find a lot of meaning and joy when I do this kind of thing. And that tells me what my strengths are, what my natural talent is, what my swabhav is. And so, because of understanding swabhav, which is my true nature, I begin to then ask the questions to myself to say, oh Lord, help me to find the strength to discover my own purpose, what you have sent me here for. And oh Lord, give me the strength to honor my own strengths. And I should be able to learn how to use my strengths in overcoming my weakness. Let me give an example. Suppose I am very good in dealing with people, but not that good in maths. I can make friends very easily. My classmates seem to confide in me. But something happens to me when I'm solving maths problems. There is some psychological issue in learning something quantitative. Then the question I ask myself, oh Lord, help me to understand how can I use this quality given to me, the guna that you have given to me to make friends, to build trust. How can I use that power to learn maths? Maybe when I can truly have the humility to learn from others, they will teach me. So by using my strength to overcome my weakness, Lord, you are blessing me with the path forward. You are giving me the strengths and you are showing me the way as to how I should use my own strengths to make that happen. And this is what the Lord explains very nicely when he goes on to explain that, in chapter 11, in chapter 4th, the shloka 11, it's given, in whatever way people will surrender into me, I will reciprocate accordingly. Everyone follows my path. And so if I go with my heart, with that openness of the heart, saying, oh Lord, help me to value my strengths and overcome my weaknesses, the Lord will bless you as it is given in the Bhagavad Gita. Now, the moment we say, this blessing has come and I've learned how to use my own strength to overcome my weakness, then I develop that way of using the full power of my intellectual mind. Gurudev used to teach us from the Bhagavad Gita, there is something called the higher mind and lower mind. The lower mind is the one which keeps on getting attracted to different things, keeps on getting distracted. It's more like a little kid, whereas the more mature mind, the intellectual mind, then has to very lovingly explain to the younger, it's like explaining to your younger sister or younger brother, very lovingly, how to focus. And that is what happens in what we are now calling mental agility, which means on one hand you have the creativity and on the other hand you have the complete maturity of the intellectual mind on how to channel that creativity into finding solutions for the problems we are dealing with. And this mental agility therefore helps us to use the power of the whole mind, and a beautiful combination between the lower mind and the higher mind in a loving way to think with one whole mind. And that helps us to find solutions to complex problems. And when you look at it from this point of view, we will understand that in chapter 2, in verse 47 in the Gita, we then truly understand the power of the shloka which says, you have a right to perform your duties, but you are not entitled to the fruits of the actions. Never consider yourself to be the cause of the results of your activities. But that doesn't mean you should not be doing. You should just be passive. So the Lord guides us that the secret of doing anything in life is with all your full devotion, with your full presence, with your complete mind. Stay focused on what you are doing right now. If you're playing, be fully absorbed in playing. If you're eating, be fully absorbed in eating. If you're singing, sing as if your full self is singing. And when you are studying, study with your full presence. Then that will make you get the best. And do not at that time worry. While practicing for the big cricket match, don't worry on what will happen to my field, that opposition is a stronger team. While preparing for an exam, don't worry about what will happen if I don't remember the answer to this question. If we stay with our full mind, with our full presence, with our full devotion, then our mental agility will be at the best, and we are not worried about what will happen to the results of my effort. Once we have this kind of an attitude, with complete full presence, then we have the ability to deal with people who are of different kinds, which we call people agility. So whether it is somebody who is a very angry kind of person, somebody who gets very emotionally charged person, somebody who's very silent and quiet, somebody who's from a very poor family, somebody whose abilities are not the same as mine with somebody with disabilities, somebody who's an American or Chinese or Muslim or Hindu, or doesn't matter what the background is. When we have this inner sense of purpose and when we have this full presence, then we are able to deal with people of all kinds because we see the same divinity in each person. We know that even the person who is opposing me, even the person who's fighting me, even the Chinese who are at the border trying to do wrong things to me, even those people have got the same life-giving force. And if I can dialogue with them to take them to their higher self, if I do not focus on their weaknesses but encourage them to think about the larger common good, then I develop that whole sense of people agility, which we talk about. And this is where in the Bhagavad Gita, in chapter 18, in verse 20, it says that by cultivating this kind of an attitude in life, we will find goodness in everybody, which essentially means living in the light of wisdom. We can see the common spiritual substance even in our enemy. And the moment we think like that, we begin to behave in such a way that the other people, no matter how difficult they are, once they know that our heart is pure and we are seeing the common humanity between all of us, we begin to come much closer together and we begin to find common ground, which is such an important part of what we require today. And once that happens, no matter what the crisis is, like the pandemic right now, we quickly respond to the challenges. We find a way to become adaptable. And adaptability is the biggest important virtue in life today. It's such an important part of life today. And so what we are talking about in adaptability, and this is what is given in chapter 10 in verse 10, that those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. They can adapt to any particular situation. And once that happens, even if you meet with failure, even if you get extreme criticism, even if people put you down, that those who are unintelligent people, they get into the determination and mode of ignorance, because of which they give up all kinds of positive thoughts. They get into fearing, grieving, despair, and conceit. But the moment you decide that these are not my nature, all these things are happening to my mind, but not to the owner of the mind, you know that even this will pass away. And you know that you are that ever-present witness. You are that Krishna consciousness within you. So you know that these difficulties are not happening to you, and that divinity, that God that is present inside us, that Krishna consciousness is present inside us, will help us to overcome. And therefore, lastly, in learning agility, you remember, with this whole approach in life, you become very resourceful. You get the agility to source resources of all kinds, including stamina, energy, inspiration, and you stay committed to the goals, which is what chapter 18, verse 43 says. It talks about the virtues of valor, fearlessness, fortitude, resourcefulness, and also we remember that we never run away from a battle. We always focus on charity, the ability to govern and rule, and these are natural duties of the so-called Kshatriya that are talked about in the Gita, which everyone has the capacity to be that Kshatriya, to get the inner resources to take on the biggest challenges that we are facing. And so in summary, the steps of learning agility. First, the curiosity of the child. Second, self-awareness to know your strengths and how to use them to overcome our weaknesses. Third, thinking with the whole mind, mental agility. Then dealing with people of all different kinds, that is people agility. Then adaptability. Then resilience. And finally, the resourcefulness. And all these steps that researchers worldwide are studying these days, they all are explained beautifully in the wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita. So I encourage each one of us. I can tell you honestly, no matter what I studied, even when I was studying in my MBA in the university, I used to feel that the real learning I got is when I would go and listen to Gurudev's classes. From the age of 11, I used to take a train for 1 hour from Dehu Road, walk for 30 minutes, take a bus in Pune to the New English School. And my parents would allow me at the age of 11 to go and listen to Gurudev's talks and come back. And that has been the foundation of what I learned in my life, and all the work that I have done is inspired by Gurudev's teaching and based on the beautiful Bhagavad Gita. So I congratulate the school for doing an excellent job of this competition and for involving so many different people. I congratulate all the people who have worked tirelessly to ensure this happens. And I'm now very, very pleased to announce also the winner of the competition. So Archana ji, is this the right time for me to announce that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the winner of this competition is the jury that was appointed to look at that chose. And I'm very, very pleased to announce that that the jury chose Chinmaya Vidyalaya, Vasant Vihar, New Delhi as the winner. So let's give ourselves a very big hand. But just like the tradition is, we are the hosts. The Chinmaya Mission Delhi has been the host. The Chinmaya Vidyalaya has been the host. So it is not proper to give yourself the first prize. Therefore, the jury would very happily and with all our hearts would like to announce that the winner trophy goes to DPS Gurgaon. So let's give the DPS team a very big hand. Thank you. Over to you, Archana ji.
Thank you, sir. I would now want all my dear lovely children to please understand that in life, success has a lot of connotations, material as well as spiritual. And there will come a time in your life when you start thinking about it. I myself have been very, very inspired by SOIL, that is School of Inspired Leadership, because I felt that somewhere down the line when I was attending their webinar series.
To have our chairman, Mr. Anil Sachdev.
So when there was the webinar series which I have been attending, at that time, there were lots of concrete examples given by entrepreneurs, businessmen, as to how they all moved ahead in life. There were challenges. There's not a single person who's not going to face a challenge. And you'll be surprised that when I attended the sessions which have been organized by SOIL, that is Mr. Sachdev's organization, each and every successful person talks about strength, and they derive that strength from even the scriptures even the extension and explanations of the Bhagavad Gita. My dear children, it is up to you. Nobody is going to compel you, but have a look at the book. Just read it. You never know what might strike your heart. At the same time, there is also something that I'm very glad to announce, and I would urge all children to have a look, and that is that there is an online, the Chinmaya Mission is giving an offer, and that is free download of Bhagavad Gita. And you can definitely go to the site, that is eshop.chinmayamission.com. Again, in life there is no compulsion, but why postpone it? Why can't you just read it and have a look? It'll be like a treasure for you. All the very best. God bless you.
And you are all very welcome, dear children, and your parents and your teachers. You are all very welcome to attend every Thursday, 6:30 to 7:30, the sessions on learning that we are hosting in Soil. And I would request Archana ji to make those invites available to all the members of the families, because that would be very nice to welcome them also. Yeah.
It'll be done, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir, for such an inspiring session. The accolades won today are a tribute not only to the individual brilliance of these participants, but also a tribute to the institution that has created the right environment to nurture their exceptional talent. Before I proceed to the felicitation ceremony, I would like to quote, "It's not winning, but participation, not the triumph, but the struggle. The essential thing is not to have conquered, but to have fought well." I now request Ms. Vandana Gera to take us through the felicitation ceremony.
Hari Om. We have come to the most exciting part of the prestigious 24th Inter-School Gita Chanting Competition organized by Chinmaya Vidyalaya, New Delhi. The event witnessed an overwhelming response of 433 students from 54 schools. We now begin the felicitation ceremony. The results will be announced group-wise. We have 3 winners in each group. The effort and hard work that the students and teachers have put in has created space for 10 consolation prizes also in every group. Without taking much time, we proceed to the announcement of results. We begin with Group A, that includes students from classes Nursery, Prep 1 and 2. The winners of Group A. First position is bagged by chest number 12B, Ravya Sareen from DPS Gurugram, Sector 45. Second position is secured by chest number 5C, Swatika Pradeep from Chinmaya Vidyalaya, Vasant Vihar. And the third position goes to chest number 12E, Meenakshi Sinha from DPS Gurugram, Sector 45. Coming to the consolation prizes, the consolation prizes go to chest number 19E, Ditvi Singh from Lotus Valley International, Noida. Chest number 5A, Adya Shri Pradhan from Chinmaya Vidyalaya, Vasant Vihar. Chest number 31A, Om Mishra from DPS Rohini. Chest number 12D, Riyansh Gupta from DPS Gurugram, Sector 45. Chest number 19D, Alamkrita Sharma from Lotus Valley International, Noida. Chest number 52A, Suja Srihari from DAV Public School, Hyderabad. Chest number 19A, Ayana Jain from Lotus Valley International, Noida. Chest number 5D. Kriti Nidhi Singh from Chinmay Vidyalaya, Vasant Vihar. Chest number 5E. Divika Arora from Chinmay Vidyalaya, Vasant Vihar. And chest number 19B. Ritvik Sharma from Lotus Valley International, Noida. We now come to the winners of Group B, that includes classes 3, 4 and 5. In Group B, first position is bagged by chest number 5D Jatin Chaudhary from Chinmay Vidyalaya, Vasant Vihar. Second position is bagged by chest number 24D Riddhi Khanna from MET International, Noida. And third position is secured by chest number 5E Setunath R. Nair from Chinmay Vidyalaya, Vasant Vihar. Consolation prize winners, Group B. Chest number 39, Janavi from Purna Pragnya Public School. Chest number 24B, Anvesha Sukul from Amity International, Noida. Chest number 12C, Mayura S from DPS Gurugram Sector 45. Chest number 12D, Samarth Venkat from DPS Gurugram Sector 45. Chest number 45B, Ishant Kumar Jha from Balwant Rai Mehta Vidya Bhavan. Chest number 8, Jahan from DPS Gurugram Sector 5. Test number 9, Arav Nagpal from Salwan Public School, morning shift. Test number 24E, Anmol Kaur Kalra from MET International, Noida. Test number 12D, Trisha Agarwal from DPS Gurugram Sector 45. And chest number 5C, Arav Sinha from Chinmay Vidyalaya, Vasant Vihar. Coming to Group C, that includes classes 6, 7 and 8. In Group C, first position is secured by chest number 24A Shraddha Dharmarajan from MET International, Noida. Second position is bagged by chest number 24B Anushka Manoj from MET International, Noida. And third position is secured by chest number 18A Akanksha Singh from Balwant Rai Mehta Vidya Bhavan. Starting with the consolation prizes of Group C, we have chest number 49C Tejasvi Sharma from KR Mangalam World School. Chest number 21D Brinda Dasmana from Tagore International, Vasant Vihar. Chest number 24C Ananya Kaushik from MET International, Noida. Chest number 47A Minakshi from DAV Public School, Vasant Kunj. And chest number 17C Jyoti Rai from APS, Delhi Camp. Chest number 49D Ayushman Sharma from KR Mangalam World School. Chest number 47E Amlan Das from DAV Public School, Vasant Kunj. Chest number 18D Prakamya Tiwari from Balwant Rai Mehta Vidya Bhavan. Chest number 8C Rohan Sadasivan from Mothers International. And chest number 46B Tejal Somani from Ramjas, Pusa Road. Coming to Group D, that includes classes 9 and 10. In Group D, first position is secured by chest number 25A Anuya Trilokya Mangalam from Shivnadar, Noida. Second position is bagged by chest number 5C Chandrasekhar Brihaspati from Chinmay Vidyalaya, Vasant Vihar. And third position is secured by chest number 40B V. Bhargav from Gyan Bharati, Saket. Consolation prize winners for Group D. Chest number 39A, Anish from Purna Pragnya Public School. Chest number 25C, Shashwat Arun Ram from Shivnadar, Noida. Chest number 47A, Mridul from DAV Vasant Kunj. Chest number 5A, Swaminath R. Nayak from Chinmay Vidyalaya, Vasant Vihar. Chest number 5E, AJR Anurag Nambiar from Chinmay Vidyalaya, Vasant Vihar. Chest number 5B, Akarsh Bhardwaj, Chinmay Vidyalaya, Vasant Vihar. Chest number 5B, Mudit Nogain, Chinmay Vidyalaya, Vasant Vihar. Chest number 12C, Viraj Rao from DPS Gurugram, Sector 45. Chest number 12B, Manaswini Mohan from DPS Gurugram, Sector 45. And chest number 21A, Siddharth Mehta from Tagore International, Vasant Vihar. We now announce the 5 schools that emerged as the forerunners in the 24th Inter-School Gita Chanting Competition. And they are Chinmay Vidyalaya, Vasant Vihar, Delhi Public School, Gurugram, Sector 45, Amity International School, Noida, Lotus Valley International School, Noida, and Shivnadar School, Noida. Congratulations to all the schools.
We request our principal, Ms. Archana Soni, to propose the vote of thanks.
Hari Om. I thank all the principals, teachers and staff of the participating students and students of the participating schools for making the inter-school Gita chanting competition so special. Thank you for being with us, and let us all take this journey forward to the next year. Thank you, esteemed judges, for your valuable input and words of wisdom. A warm note of gratitude to Chairman Mr. Anil Sachdev. Sir, you've always been inspirational. And I would urge all my children from different schools as well as from Chinmay Vidyalaya that they must go and at least see what kind of work is happening in soil. It just inspires you. It takes you beyond your imagination. And dear friends and colleagues, learning agility is important at all age and for each one of us. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ms. Shivani Khurana, Manager, Chinmay Vidyalaya, for always being a source of strength and support and for spearheading the school towards the pinnacles of success. A warm note of gratitude to Chinmaya Mission for always giving us this opportunity annually to organize and host the inter-school Gita chanting competition. I would also like to thank, applaud and acknowledge Team Chinmaya, who have worked so hard to get the 24th Inter-School Gita Chanting Competition successfully to all of you. The team was led by Ms. Rini Gulati. Thank you, Rini, for always and always so passionately taking forward the Inter-School Gita Chanting Competition. In the same breath, the Team Chinmaya, which comprises of Ms. Asha, Ms. Ruchi, Mr. Prabhat, Ms. Lata, Anju, Poonam, Ms. Ekta, Vandana, Swati, Shalini, Saroj, Dipanshu, Dheeraj, Bhaskar, Roli, Priyanka, Janardhan, and Pavan Kumar. Thank you so very much. You have actually really given us a great platform. I thank each one of you. Dear children, I leave you with a thought to ponder on. Why is it that we appreciate the value of things that are exported in our country, especially from the West? Be it turmeric latte, be it yoga. And I'm sure that each one of you knows that there is a complete research going on worldwide on Bhagavad Gita. Must we be so dependent on the West? Why can't we learn from the rich knowledge and traditions and practices of India, which are very, very useful, and then imbibe and take what is good from the West? That's what even Rabindranath Tagore said. So look within. The country has a lot to offer. By reading the Bhagavad Gita, trust me, the kind of resilience that you people are going to be developing is magnificent. You are the future of the country. You are the owner of yourself. Make the situation of yours brighter and keep on contributing to the country and to the world. Thank you so much. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Thank you, ma'am, for always inspiring us to give our best. We now conclude the grand 3-day online event with the national anthem.
शुभ आशीष मांगे